Hello, I'm Anawiltos, and today we are talking about the second American presidential debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Okay, so what happened during this debate was a little bit more of the same like the first debate, but the way Trump acted was a little bit different. I think Trump was a lot more on the offensive this time, and he didn't really care as much for the moderators. Of course, I'm still a little bit sick from earlier, so if I cough, you'll know why. Anyway, oh my goodness, I'm about to cough. Ha ha ha. Okay. Anyway, Donald Trump really, of course, he doesn't have much courtesy for Hillary Clinton. Neither did he have much courtesy for the moderators this time. Now, of course, I am aware that the moderators are, of course, against Donald Trump. It's no big secret that in a lot of these presidential debates, year after year, the deck is a bit stacked against the Republicans. I guess that's just how the dice rolls with the media. Of course, I think the next debate might not be as much. However, the big thing in the debate that Donald Trump was really able to not make a big issue in it, the thing that people expected to be a big issue but wasn't a big issue, is the recent tape that came out with Donald Trump's remarks about how he related to women in I think it was the 90s or sometime like that. But anyway, some might say, well, it's just locker room talk. Of course, that still doesn't make it right. The way he talked about women. It's one of those things where certain kinds of people don't care about it, but other kinds of people do. It just depends on how much you really want your presidential candidate to be virtuous, as opposed to whether you're a bit more on the pragmatic side of it, where you don't care about their character, you just care about what they're doing, or you actually care about their character and what they're doing. So I suppose there's two different ways to look at that issue. Now, I myself have always been a bit more on the character side, and earlier I remember in a previous video way back when I said that I might still end up voting for Trump, but that has changed, and don't worry about this specific issue, that hasn't changed it. It's just, I looked at his policies, and the more I get to know Trump, the less I like him. It's one of those weird things where, from afar off, I didn't know him much. I thought, well, he might be okay. But then I learned more about him, more about his policies, more about the things he says, the way he relates to people, and I just like him less. Anyway, back onto the debate. Of course, Trump was a lot heavier on the offensive this time, so he definitely did a lot better against Hillary Clinton. I think Hillary Clinton was largely the same. Now, you might be noticing I'm not really relating to many of the issues that were brought up, and that's because I have to cough soon. But besides that, most of them are the same issues as on the first debate. There haven't been many big October surprises for Hillary Clinton. However, Donald Trump, this audio tape that came out was a surprise. Now, of course, I certainly wouldn't say it's out of character for him, but this is just the surface of what is potentially a much deeper issue. And that issue is, of course, whether or not Donald Trump has sexually assaulted a number of different people. Um, Including his wife or his ex-wife. I'm not sure at this point. But that person testified in court under oath that Donald Trump had actually sexually assaulted her. However, she then rescinded that account once Trump got his campaign going. So, of course, I'm not saying that that invalidates her rescission of the account. I don't know if rescission is even a proper word for this, but anyway. The problem is, of course, this looks a little bit suspicious. You might say, well, maybe she was unsure the first time on the first account, or maybe she did this for political convenience on the second account. So, however, if she is not interested in investigating this further, then that's fine with me. Maybe nothing happened. Maybe something happened and she's forgiven Trump, or something else. I don't even know. But anyway, the problem is, it's not just this one case. There's a number of other people that are coming out, and a lot of this stuff isn't too heavy. A lot of it is maybe some groping, or Donald Trump walking into a changing room on, I think, Miss Teen USA, the beauty contest, where he may have seen some underage girls naked. And, of course, all of this adds up. Of course, I'm not going to say that he did all these things, because I wasn't there. I don't know for sure. But if he did, this, of course, would be very questionable for his character. And I think this is one of the reasons why Donald Trump, although he does go after Hillary's relation with Bill Clinton, he doesn't go after that as much as he could. Because there's this man, I forgot his name. This is probably really easy to look up, though. There's this man who has this mansion somewhere, I think in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and he got these underage girls against their will to be prostitutes there, or something like that. I'm not entirely sure on all the details on this story, but the thing is, Bill Clinton went to this place and may have done something illegal. And the thing is, Donald Trump may have gone there as well. So it's one of those things where you don't want to say something if you're Donald Trump, because then you might get hit with a big tu quoque, a legitimate one perhaps. And apparently this guy had Donald Trump's personal phone numbers in his phone book. So, and it was a guy that Donald Trump had been a friend with for a while. Actually, perhaps I should look up this guy's name. Actually, no. Let's not do that for now. Let's not put these accusations out of proportion. Anyway, so this is a big scandal for Donald Trump. Now, whether any of these things are true or not is still up in the air for me. I still haven't, as far as I know, there isn't any solid evidence that has been brought forth yet, but there might be that I haven't heard yet. Donald Trump has, of course, been subpoenaed for statutory rape, an accusation of that. That doesn't mean that he actually committed it. It means that the court is looking into that. And, of course, this is a big problem for Donald Trump, because it really casts a shade not only on his character, but also on how 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 legitimate it is for him to be going after Bill Clinton on all these things, as well as his legal upstandingness, his legal uprightness is called into question. Now, a lot of people are dropping their endorsements of Trump over these reasons. I personally didn't endorse him at all at any point. I may have said that I may vote for him at the end just so that the vote gets on his side because I'm interested in the Supreme Court. But at this point, I have to say he's not getting my vote. He hasn't earned it, and he's not entitled to it. And I personally think that he's just not a good candidate. Neither is Hillary Clinton. I'm not voting for her either. I'll probably pick someone from another party or an independent candidate who is more in line with my ideals. I will vote my conscience, that is. And some might say, oh, but a vote not for Trump is a vote for Hillary. If you're not voting for Trump, you're voting for Hillary. No, I'm not. Because number one, he can't count on my vote to begin with, because this might be giving my age away, but this is actually my first time voting in a presidential campaign. So it's not like he had my vote at any point. And also, I'm not really that big on the partisan side of things. I'm not really big into the Republican Party. I think that it has decayed over time. And not as much as the other party, but it certainly has decayed. And the country itself has also been in a little bit of a decline for a while now. And I think that if either of those two big candidates get elected, it might just make things worse. I don't know which one will make it more worse than the other, but I guess I'll find out if one of them gets elected. Hopefully, the vote is split in a way that neither one of them gets a majority. And I suppose the only way to do that would be if some third-party candidates and independent candidates got enough electoral votes. And at that point, it goes to Congress, I believe. I'm not entirely sure on how that works. But anyway, hopefully they can then decide somebody good to put in there. But that's just hopeful thinking, because it's probably going to be one of the two. But anyway, I think that's really all I've got to say on that. I guess things that I've been doing recently, the other day, dismembered a tree with a chainsaw. That was fun, I suppose, doing some yard work. Cutting down trees. It's much faster than tearing them apart with your hands like I normally do. But I suppose that's what I've been doing. If you have anything to comment, please do so. Thank you all for watching, I suppose. And I certainly pray that whoever gets elected, things won't get any worse than they already are, and that things will get better. Maybe Donald Trump has a change of heart. Maybe Hillary Clinton has a change of heart. And maybe they become much more palatable presidents. But hopefully that's what happens. Still wishful thinking, though. But I doubt it's actually going to happen. So anyway, thank you all for watching. I think that's the second time I've said that. And I will be seeing you all next time on Awiltos. Over and out. And as well sick as well, my goodness. I've been holding this cough for so long.